Consider a new lesbian mum. Let's call her Anna. Anna is overjoyed with her dream of having a baby finally being a reality. For many people in our community, it's not a straightforward journey to becoming a parent. But this tiny baby is everything Anna and her wife have worked towards for the past few years. The baby is 3 months old now, and reality has kicked in. The cute, sleepy newborn phase is over, and the visits from friends have dried up. Anna is stuck at home all day, waking up every 4 hours to feed the baby. Anna's wife is back at work, and the days are long. Anna and her wife are the first of their group of friends to have a child, and although their friends have been supportive, they don't really know what a new parent needs. For many LGBTQ+ people, their biological family does not accept them, and in this case, the baby hasn't met its grandparents. Many members of rainbow families are hesitant to connect with traditional new parents groups for fear of discrimination or not being accepted. But that doesn't matter at the moment because thanks to COVID, traditional new parents groups aren't running. Research shows that members of the LGBTQ+ community have higher rates of mental health issues when compared with the broader community. And this extends to postnatal depression for Anna. Usually, Anna would be able to join our new parents group, come along to playgroup, one of our weekend catch-ups, or join one of our parenting classes. But due to COVID, all of these programs are hibernating. There are hundreds of people across Australia just like Anna, not quite coping with parenthood. To support these parents, we're about to launch a groundbreaking peer support program for new parents in our community. We will match new parents with active members of the Rainbow Families community who have been there and done that. Rainbow Buddies will be there to offer advice on things like what to do on Father's Day if your child doesn't have a dad, and to share their experience of what they did the first time someone asked that awful question of, which one's the real mum? It's a horrible question that most people do get asked. More than anything, our peer support program will set up a regular check-in for isolated parents struggling with life and trying to navigate parenthood as a member of a marginalised minority group. In keeping with the theme of the program, we've decided co-creation is the best way to ensure success. We will start with a community consultation to find out exactly what the community needs. We'll then use this to develop a program that meets everyone's needs. We know for this to have a positive impact on new parents and their buddies, we need to develop a rigorous training package, as well as putting in place structure to ensure our child protection policy is adhered to, and of course, check-in points with the participants and a detailed evaluation of the program. Our peer support program will enable us to help regional and rural families who so often are forgotten by the wider LGBTQ+ community, not to mention falling through the cracks of mainstream services. We'll match people who live in the same area or have the same family structure, or not, depending on the requests of the participants. The program will be flexible enough to cope with whatever changes COVID throws at us. Families will be able to connect face-to-face when restrictions allow, or virtually if required. This will also help with the initial connection between Rainbow Buddies as they get to know each other. Peer support programs are proven to work in many other communities, and we're excited to introduce this successful model to new LGBTQ+ parents. For many Rainbow families, our peer support program will be an introduction to the community and a source of friendship. For some, though, it will be a lifeline, helping to create happy, connected, well-supported, confident parents with improved mental health outcomes. But we need your help to be able to make this positive change. We're here today with the goal of raising $30,000. $30,000 will give us a comprehensively developed program to offer to the community, as well as a part-time coordinator for 12 months. This will allow us to support 150 new parents across New South Wales, parents just like Anna. But wait, there's more. Together, we can take this national. For an additional $10,000, we can take our peer support program national and support an additional 150 families right across the country. When you consider the positive impact a happy, healthy new parent is on their family, and the satisfaction of their buddies and their families will receive of the overall program is around 1,000 people that will be positively impacted. There has never been a bigger need in our growing community for a program like this. $40,000 will set families like Anna's up for the best start possible. Thank you.
As always, no, thank you, Ashley. You'll see so much excitement for Rainbow Families coming through. What a great initiative. Lots of comments. You'll have to read them when you get an opportunity after we've done. But if you have a question, please pop it into our Ask a Question section, because we have an opportunity to find out from Ashley some more information before we pledge our support. I've got one, if that's okay, to kick off. How do you work out if a match is not working and a buddy and a family don't quite work out? What do you do in that case?
So part of the program we will develop is regular check-ins, and so we'll check in after the first meeting. We'll check in again at the end of the first month and again at 3 months, and we hope that will give the opportunity for people to say, "Oh, this isn't quite working," because I don't know about you, but I don't like everyone in the world. And you may not like the person you're buddied up with. And we really want this to be successful. And so by having those regular check-ins and those opportunities for people to say, "Oh, this isn't quite working for me," we'll be able to rematch people to ensure that everyone has a successful, positive experience with the program.
A really interesting question here, I guess, because families start at all sorts of times. Do you support couples trying to get pregnant?
So we do. We traditionally run a seminar that we call the Making Rainbow Family Seminar. And it's a day that we bring together IVF clinics, fostering adoption agencies, legal experts, surrogacy people. We also have, the end of the day, a panel of parents and their children. So it's a very long day. There's a lot of information, and it's really nice to finish on a high where people get a chance to ask, the teenage kids that have got same-sex parents or queer parents, the questions that they really want to know about, what their child might end up feeling or experiencing. And it's a really wonderful day full of hope and anticipation that I really enjoy being part of. So we support prospective parents. And then they come through and they join our antenatal class and the new parents group and the play group, and they become really active members of the community, which is really wonderful.
That's so much fun. A question here that's got a lot of votes and support is, how do you find the families you support and how many are waiting?
So we're at the beginning stages of the project. We're developing it still. We have a really active community though. We've got 2,500 people on Facebook in a closed group that is a wonderful, welcoming, supportive community. And people ask questions like, I'm thinking of moving to this suburb, what's the local school like? Or has anyone got an inclusive doctor they can suggest in such and such an area? And I'm confident that with the wonderful community that we have built over the last 5 years of Rainbow Families, that we will have enough parents put their hand up and say, I really want to be involved in that project.
This one's just a really lovely question. How do you become a buddy? My wife and I have a 15-year-old boy and have been through a lot to get to this point. Happy to consider being a buddy. So awesome. Is it just this word of mouth?
So we will certainly, once we're ready to launch, we'll go out with blog posts and newsletters and social media posts. People won't be able to not know about this project within the community, because we want as many people as possible to be involved. And if it ends up being 600 people that want to get involved, then that's amazing. There's
wonderful.